Assalamu alaikum. I hope you all are fine and pretty well, enjoying the cool weather and benefiting from online classes imposed by corona pandemic. Today we are going to address an important topic regarding metallurgical operation and pollution. Basically, this topic is continuation of soil pollution. Today we will focus on what is metallurgical operation. What are its type, how ore are subjected for metal extraction, and in the end we will focus briefly on pollution associated with the metallurgical operation. So metallurgy is a science or engineering in which is used for extraction of metal in pure state. Metal are reactive, they are not found freely in nature, but they occur in compound state where they mix up with different material present in the earth's surface. These materials where particular metal is found are known as minerals. Especially mineral can further be subdivided into ore, which is also a mineral, but ore has higher proportion of a particular metal, and it is this ore that is finally shifted once they are grounded or dig out from the ground or taken from the mountain. So they are ultimately shifted into an industry for metallurgical operation. Here we have briefly defined metallurgy. Let's read out the statement. It says that metallurgy is a process for extraction of metal in their pure form. The compound of metal mixed with the soil, limestone, sand, rocks are known as minerals. These minerals are known as ores. A substance which is added to a charge in the furnace to remove impurities, especially when we take out ore from the earth and then subject it to metallurgical operation. We process the ore through different physical and chemical processes, and then we separate the metal while leaving the rest of the impurities, which are of no purpose, because we have already extracted the metal. So these impurities are known as ganges. And as far as the flux is concerned, flux basically a chemical compound which is added to ore for enhancing its reactivity or whatever desired property which are required for processing a metal is known as flux, or that material is known as flux, which is added to ore during metallurgical operation for making the process significant or easier for metal extraction. There are different types of metallurgy, such as pyrometallurgy, hydrometallurgy, electrometallurgy, and powder metallurgy. Metallurgy where high temperature is required is known as pyrometallurgy. Pyro basically stands for heat. When we use water for metal extraction, the particular metallurgical operation is known as hydrometallurgy. When light or electricity is required for carrying out the process, known as such type of metallurgy is known as electrometallurgy. And as far as powder metallurgy is concerned, the ore is crushed down into fine powder, which is then subjected to different processes for final extraction of metal in pure state. Regardless of any type, some of common feature of metallurgical operations include physical separation, calcination, roasting, smelting, and leaching. So when first ore is shifted into an industry or a metallurgical plant, then it is subjected to a physical separation, which involve crushing, grinding, concentration of ore, magnetic separation, or fourth flotation process. These are different methodologies, especially physical methodologies, which are used for physical separation of metal from rest of the impurities. The next phase, especially whether calcination, roasting, or smelting, all these three are the basic operation in pyrometallurgy. Why? Because whether calcination or roasting or smelting, all these three different operations take place upon heating. As far as the calcination is concerned, it is basically heating of ore, which is done with intent to drive off volatile compound. For example, when we separate or when we extract lead metal, usually lead occur in its ores of lead carbonate. So the ore is heated to a higher degree in order to get lead oxide and carbon dioxide. So here heating is used in order to dry off carbon dioxide from the ore. Similarly, when we separate iron from iron carbonate or ferric carbonate ore, again it is heated in the presence of oxygen. Carbon dioxide is driven off and magnetite ore is obtained. The another important technique is roasting, which require enough consumption of energy. In roasting, again heating is involved, especially heating that causes chemical reaction between Furnace atmosphere and ore. It is important in processing sulfide ores. The ore is heated in the presence of oxygen and converted the sulfide to oxide along with emissions of sulfur dioxide. So roasting is a bit environmentally unfriendlier technique because it is associated with the emission of sulfur dioxide. That is a primary pollutant and one of the major ingredient of photochemical smoke. So roasting is environmentally unfeasible or hazardous technique. Besides sulfur dioxide is a serious air pollutant as well. When the metal are less reactive, for example, such as mercury sulfide, it is reacted with oxygen and heated, especially roasted, for getting free mercury in liquid state or in metallic molten state along with the emission of sulfur dioxide. When roasting forms a liquid product, especially when the roasting is concerned with the formation of a liquid product, it makes the separation process easier. This is known as smelting. So when we talk of smelting, smelting is a process of applying heat to ore in order to extract the best metal. It is a form of extractive metallurgy. Smelting is extractive metallurgy, which is employed for extracting different metals from their ores, such as silver, iron, copper, and other metals, such as we have discussed here, like zinc. For example, when zinc oxide is made to react with carbon in the presence of high degree of heat is when subjected, so the zinc oxide is transformed into liquid zinc and carbon monoxide. Especially this is known as smelting. When roasting gives you a liquid product, the process is known as smelting. So we shouldn't be confused about roasting or smelting, because smelting is a form of roasting that is used for transforming a metal into liquid state so that its separation can be met easily. Here we have given a statement as well below: the calcination, roasting and smelting, that the process of heating a concentrated ore in the presence of oxygen is known as roasting. As far as leaching is concerned, leaching is basically a technique, a metallurgical operation in which the solid material is dissolved into an aqueous solution. In other words, the ore is dissolved so that different ingredients are separated easily. Once the separation is taken place, then we can easily extract the metal or the desired content from the bulk without any problem. So leaching is basically mobilization in which the solid material is dissolved in aqueous solution. In other words, it is also known as mobilization, or we can say that leaching is mobilization of a metal from a solid material into a liquid state so that its separation can be made easy. Metallurgical operation is associated with pollution as well, and as we have talked previously, that during roasting process sulfur dioxide is emitted. Besides, when an ore is brought to a manufacturing plant, so they are crushed, grinded and subjected to a different metallurgical operation that leaves waste rocks, open pits, tailings, slag, residue, gases and dust, waste solution and heavy metals. So all these are environmental pollutants that threaten our environment seriously.